We are all familiar with doing basic Google searches. We Google things all the time. However, Google results don't always offer the best sources for academic papers. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use basic web searches to find quality internet sources for your essays. Before we begin, let's talk about some common errors we make that hinder our success at research. Number 1, expecting to find the perfect article. This is one that embodies our thesis statement and exactly matches what we hope to argue. It often happens when we're given a topic or we already know what we're going to argue before we even start. However, good scholarship involves withholding conclusions until after thorough research and synthesizing multiple sources to form pieces of a larger argument that is all our own. Not to mention, it's rare to find a source that argues the exact same thing that we would like to. Number 2, building your paper from first page results. When you build your paper with the search results you get on the first page or so of a Google search, it can create an imbalanced or incoherent discussion with ideas that are just stuck together without logical ties instead of carefully selected points that fit well together. Number 3, getting all your main points from one source. So let's say you do find the perfect article that says exactly what you wanted to say. Isn't that sufficient? Well, no. Remember, in college you aren't just responsible for a finished product, but the effort and subsequent learning experience that went into it. Even if a source does play a major role in your essay, you will need to bring in your own ideas as well as additional sources to provide substantial and effective evidence and discussion. As you start finding possible internet sources to use for your paper, it's important to utilize what is often referred to as the CRAP test to ensure the source itself is a high enough quality to use in a college-level essay. You want to make sure it is current and up to date, that the source provides reliable information and is professional in nature. The author or website is an authority or expert on the issue, and that it lacks bias. Its purpose is to present factual information from an objective point of view. For more information on the CRAP test, click here. There are lots and lots of sources on the internet to help you evaluate other sources on the internet. And this one here is one of my favorite infographics to help you see which sources are best to use in college-level essays. The sources in the middle are great sources of news, while these sources up here provide a little bit more in-depth information on specific topics. These here are not great, but they're better than nothing. And everything that's an outlier are things that you should avoid like the plague. They just don't belong in academic essays. You can click on this graphic to go to the actual image so you can use it for your own research.